Okay, so in this semester, I'm going to take the course Marine Fisheries. Okay, this is the 1+0 credit course. Means we are going to have the theory portion only. In this course, we are going to study the theory part. Okay, that is of 1 credit. So minimum of 16 lectures and maximum of 20 lectures. Okay, so this is the 5th semester course, means the 3rd year 1st semester. Okay, that's why the course code is 311, and this is the only course, this is the first course which is offered from the Department of Fisheries Resource Management. Another course is Fish Population Dynamics, that is FRM 312. Okay, so today we will first, this is the introductory class. So today we will going to discuss about why we are going to study the marine fisheries and what we are going to study in this course. Okay, so first we will see why this course is the part of your course curriculum. Okay, BFSC course curriculum. First we will see that, and then we will discuss what are the contents, what are the topic we are going to study under this course. Okay, so this is the very first class. Today only I will discuss the syllabus, the topics, and introduction about the marine environment. Okay, so very first thing, as I have told, first we will see why we are going to study this course, the marine fisheries, in your degree program. Okay, so as you see here, it is the ocean provides the ecological and economic resources. Okay, so anyone can tell me any two ecological or two economic resources that we get from the ocean? Anyone? Okay, you people already have the course na, on ecological aspect. If I'm talking about, you had the course of oceanography as well as the marine biology. Okay, so the ecological part is already covered. Okay, one in the AEM and another in the, both are under the aquatic environment management. Okay, so anyone can tell me about the two ecological or economical resource that we get from the ocean or the sea? Anyone? I'm expecting what?
Minerals,
Salt and
sand, gravel वगैरह.
Minerals, they are economic resources or ecological resources? Achha, anyone can define me what does mean ecological resource and what does mean uh, economic resource? Hmm?
economic means the profitable return, and the
Okay,
ecological means the nature-wise, natural.
नेचुरल रिसोर्स. सो ओशन से कौन कौन से नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज हैं, या ऐसी कौन सी इकोलॉजिकल रिसोर्सेज और द बेनिफिट? इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द रिसोर्सेज मींस आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द बेनिफिट. ओके, सो जस्ट टेल मी एनी टू इकोलॉजिकल बेनिफिट दैट वी गेट फ्रॉम द ओशन. अच्छा, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग, अभी वेदर बहुत खराब है, आप लोगों के यहाँ बारिश हो रही है? आई एम ऑडिबल? बारिश हो रही है?
Yes, ma'am, हो रही थी.
हो रही
रात
है ना?
सुबह
रात
तक.
रात से सुबह तक. हाँ, फ्रॉम लास्ट 3-4 days इज कॉन्टिन्यूसली रेनिंग. सो इस, ये कौन सा रिसोर्स है, इकोलॉजिकल है या इकोनॉमिकल है?
Ecological.
इकोलॉजिकल है. मेरा इकोलॉजिकल रिसोर्सेज मींस जैसे कि द बिकॉज ऑफ द ओशन सरफेस जो क्लाइमेटिक इफेक्ट होता है, ठीक है, वो है आपका इकोलॉजिकल रिसोर्स. उसके बाद अगर मैं कह रही हूँ जैसे स्ट्रॉम्स आते हैं ना, तो बिकॉज ऑफ द मैंग्रोव, बिकॉज ऑफ द कोरल्स और दो रिजेस होते हैं, जो ओशन बेड में जो रिजेस होते हैं, दे what they did, they basically reduce the effect of these storms. Okay, सो ये, या फिर जो लाइफ उसमें सपोर्ट करती है, जैसे ओशन हैज अ हैबिटेट फॉर मेनी मरीन biodiversity of marine lives na. It provides the breeding ground, it's provide the feeding ground, is it? Hmm? Nursery ground. So this is all actually the ecological resources. Now it's clear now what are the ecological resources. Now just tell me any two economical resources. कोई दो economical resources. Come on, you people are have
Salt, salt,
salt, salt.
minerals.
Minerals. Okay, so because salt and minerals and
Petroleum.
petrochemical. Okay, petrochemicals. And I'm expecting
And
something from means that is very relevant to you people.
फिशरीज भी तो होगा.
Obviously, I'm expecting the answer. Okay, if I'm talking about the economical resources, basically the fishes. Okay, the food. Okay, the we get the food in the form of fishes and other aquatic animals. Okay, so that is one of the major economic resources which is very relevant to us. That as I have told, the ecological resources and the prospectus you have already studied in the oceanography as well as in the marine biology. Now in this course particularly we are going to discuss about the economic resource, mainly the resources of fish and fisheries from the ocean, from the marine sector. Okay, so as I have told, if I'm talking about the earth or a planet earth as a whole, the most of the part, okay, about 70% of the surface is covered by the ocean. Okay, and if you talk about by volume, 97% of the water on this earth is salt water, okay, or present in the ocean, and only 1% of the surface water is fresh water. So now here is some of the ecological and economical services of the marine ecosystem. If I'm talking about the ecological, just see climate moderation, CO2 absorption, nutrient cycling, waste treatment and dilution, reduce the impact of storm like mangrove, barrier islands, coastal wetlands, then habitat and nursery area for marine and terrestrial species, genetic resources and biodiversity, and the scientific information. Okay, so this all come under the ecological services. Now the economic service. The very first is the food. Okay, the fishes and other aquatic animals. Okay, which used as a which is used as a food. Okay, then another fish is okay when there is a catch. Okay, in marine environment what we actually perform, we perform the capture fisheries. Okay, so when we going to capture in the open water, what we get this all type of fishes. Okay, some fishes are of high economical value in terms of food, okay, like tuna, mackerel. Some are the trash fishes, okay, that can be dried and used as a fish meal in the animal and the pet feeds. Okay, then the pharmaceutical, there are several seaweeds, okay, and the aquatic organism which is present in the ocean have medicinal value. Okay, several medicines and the cosmetic products are actually these organism provide the source, so the pharmaceutical. Then this ocean also have the harbor and transportation route. Okay, which is one of the very important economical service. Then the coastal habitat for humans. Okay, if we talk about the country like India, we have such a great coastline, more than 8,000 kilometer. Okay, then for the recreation also, it generates the employment for everyone. If we talk about the fisheries in India, almost 40 lakhs of people, okay, they are associated with this activity. Then uh, then offshore oil and natural gases, okay, petrochemicals, then minerals, and some of the building materials. So because the ocean or the marine ecosystem, it provides so many economical and ecological services, so that is why it is important to study about the resources, okay, which we get from the ocean or the marine environment or the marine ecosystem. So in this courses, we are focusing on the fishery resource. Okay, in the marine fisheries course, we are going to study about the different economic zones on the, okay, economic zones of our country and the world, the marine fishes, okay, with different species, marine fishery resources of our country and fishery resources of the world. Then we are going to study the important marine fishes, okay, which are economically or commercially important. And we're also going to study the gears, okay, which is used for capture fishery in the open water. So here we see this is the syllabus with that these are the topics we are going to study in this course, marine fisheries. The very first one is the classification and definition of fishery zone and fishery resources of world. Okay, then the overview of the marine fishery resources of the world and India, then the major exploited marine fisheries of India, their developmental history and present status, then imported pelagic and demersal fishes, shellfishes and seaweed resources of India, then traditional motorized and mechanized fisheries according to the major gears which is used for the capture of fishes in the open water, then potential marine fishery resources of the India exclusive economical zone. Okay, so this is the entire content which we are going to study in this course. So as I have told, this is the introductory class. So before starting about the different fishing zone or the fishery zone or the fishery resources of the world and India, we first look into the marine ecosystem, the marine environment. Okay, so today we will going to see about the marine environment and sorry, the marine ecosystem or the environment. So in this we'll see. So first, how many oceans? Okay, so can anyone can tell me how many oceans we have on the planet Earth? Number? You can see on the slide and tell.
5.
कितने?
5.
5?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, 7.
Main 5 है मैम.
5 actually 5 ocean है.
5 या 7?
5.
5 कौन कौन से हैं?
इंडियन ओशियन हो गया, अटलांटिक हो गया, अंटार्कटिक हो गया, आर्कटिक हो गया,
आर्कटिक, अटलांटिक,
पैसिफिक.
इंडियन हो गया, आर्कटिक हो गया, अटलांटिक हो गया, पैसिफिक हो गया. तो
Yes.
4 ही तो हुआ. 5वां कौन सा?
आर्कटिक, आर्कटिक, आर्कटिक,
हाँ, तो आर्कटिक और आर्कटिक,
अंटार्कटिक.
Southern Ocean.
Southern Ocean. Okay, Arctic, Atlantic, Pacific, Indian and Southern Ocean. Okay, so here we can see that this is the North Pacific Ocean, this is the South Pacific Ocean, North Atlantic, South Atlantic, this is Arctic Ocean, this is Southern Ocean, and this one is the Indian Ocean. Okay, so now, so before going to study about the fishery zone, we have to first look into the zonation in the marine environment or the marine ecosystem or the ocean, that I think you people have already studied in the oceanography as well as in the marine biology. So this is basically a quick revision of those topics. Okay, as I have told, this zonation of the ocean, okay, is, if I'm talking about it, basically the division is vertical as well as horizontal. Okay, so there is a realms or the division. Okay, so the ocean have the vertical as well as the horizontal division. They are basically the arbitrary division, but these division are means based on the depth, on the penetration of the light. Okay, so the so here we'll see. So basically, if I'm talking about the realms or the zone, the ocean have 3 realms. Okay, the pelagic, the benthic, and the third one is the demersal. So if I'm talking about the pelagic realm, it is basically the entire area of the open water of the ocean. Okay, this in pelagic organism occupy means the entire water column. Just you simply leave the bottom. Okay, bottom area. Then the benthic realm or the benthic division is the ocean bed or the ocean sea floor or the bottom. Okay, and then the another third one is the demersal one. This is just above the benthic zone. Okay, just above the benthic zone, the aphotic benthic zone. Okay, which is known as a demersal zone. So here we'll see how many divisions are there in the pelagic realm. So the pelagic realm or the pelagic division, there is 2 zones. There is a division horizontal division as well as the vertical division, or the horizontal zone as well as the vertical zone. So if I'm talking about the horizontal zone, there is a two parts or two division, or the one is the Neritic and another one is the oceanic. And if I'm talking about the vertical zone, this is based on many factors. The two important factor is the based on light and the based on the depth. Okay, how deep we go in the water column. So if I'm talking about the based on the light, then there is only two zones, two vertical zone. One is the photic zone, the zone where the light penetrates, okay, and another is the aphotic zone, where light does not penetrate, or where the light penetrate less than 1%. Okay, and if I'm talking about the vertical zone, which is based on the depth, okay, there is basically 5 zone. The epipelagic is the top one, followed by the mesopelagic, bathypelagic, basopelagic, and hadopelagic. We will see it through the diagram, then it will be more clear. Okay, so this is the division, the vertical, okay, division of the vertical zone of the ocean based on the light. Okay, so this is the topmost one, is the this is one, the light blue and the dark blue. From here to here, this is known as a photic zone. This to this is the photic zone, and this dark blue region is the aphotic zone. Photic zones, as the name suggests, the zone which have the light. Okay, and the aphotic zone, the zone which doesn't have the light, or where the light cannot penetrate. Now this photic zone also have two subdivisions. One is the euphotic zone and another one is the dysphotic zone. So the euphotic zone means the zone where the maximum light penetrates. Okay, and the dysphotic zone is the zone where light penetrates, which is more than 1%. Okay. But it is very less as compared to the euphotic zone. So the most productive zone is actually the euphotic zone. The primary producers, okay, they are found in the euphotic zone. This is also known as the zone of this respiration and photosynthesis. Okay, so this photic zone is the zone of respiration and photosynthesis, and aphotic zone is the zone of respiration only. Means because the light penetrates, there is several plant species, the algae, the planktons, phytoplanktons, which needs light for the photosynthesis. So this is also known as the photosynthetic. And there is also animal and plants. So respiration and photosynthesis both takes place in this zone, and this is the zone where light cannot penetrate, or if some light penetrates, it is not sufficient for the photosynthesis. Okay, so this is the zone where only respiration. This is the zone where the animals or the life or the organisms which lives in this aphotic zone, they cannot they are not autotrophic. So basically this is the zone of respiration only. So this is the one zonation which is based on the light, the vertical zonation of the marine ecosystem based on the light, the photic zone and the aphotic zone. Now we will talk about the vertical zonation based on the depth. Okay, so as I have told, there is basically the 5 zone: the epipelagic zone, mesopelagic zone, bathypelagic zone, abyssal zone, and then the hadal zone or the trench. Okay, so from the top surface, okay, the surface where the water's in the direct contact with the air, so from top surface to the 200 meters of the depth, it is known as the epipelagic zone or the sunlight zone. From 200 meter to the 1000 meter is known as the mesopelagic zone. Okay, which is also known as twilight zone. Then from 1000 to the 4000 is the bathypelagic zone, and 4000 to 6000 is the abasopelagic zone, and below 6000 is the hadopelagic or the hadal zone. So this is the vertical zonation of the water column based on the depth. Now, as I have told, this is the epipelagic zone, the green one, from 0 to 200 meters. Then from 200 to 1000 meters is the mesopelagic zone. Then 1000 to 4000 is the bathypelagic. Then 4000 to 6000 is the basopelagic. And then 6000 to below 10,000 or even deeper is the Hadal zone or the trench. Anyone can tell me the most deepest trench का नाम बताएगा कोई?
मरियाना ट्रेंच,
Mariana Trench.
मैरियाना ट्रेंच कौन से कहाँ पे लोकेटेड है? हाँ
पैसिफिक ओशियन में,
किसमें? पैसिफिक ओशन.
पैसिफिक
Pacific. Okay. So now that was about the pelagic realm. Now we talk about the benthic realm. As I have told, if you talk about the ocean or the water body, then there is a upper surface and the or the bottom. The जो सबसे नीचे की layer है, that is known as a benthic layer, okay, or the benthic zone, the bottom zone, the seabed, the ocean floor, okay. So it also have several zones, okay. So this benthic realm or the benthic division also have the several zones. That is the littoral zone, then sublittoral zone, bathal zone, a basal zone, and Hadal zone. So we will see it. Just see the intertidal zone. You know the concept of high tide and low tide? High tide and low tide सुना है कभी? अच्छा हाँ, I think अभी जितने भी लोगों ने यहाँ connect किया है, everyone visited that study tour of Digha, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
यस मैम,
जब हम वहाँ गए थे तो हम जहाँ रुके थे, that place was very near to the beach ना? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
जहाँ रुके थे वो बीच से बहुत नजदीक था. So most of you have visited the beach in the morning. सुबह भी देखा था और शाम को भी देखा था. कुछ डिफरेंस था?
शाम में ज्यादा पानी आ गया था.
पानी
कम था,
शाम में कम था या सुबह में कम था?
सुबह में कम था, शाम में
सुबह
ज्यादा.
में कम था, शाम में ज्यादा था.
शाम में हाई टाइड था मैम.
शाम में हाई टाइड.
शाम में हाई टाइड था. हाई टाइड का मतलब जब पानी ऊपर की तरफ आ जाए.
Yes,
लो
ma'am.
टाइड जब पानी रिसीड करके नीचे की तरफ जाए. वो जो पॉइंट्स होता है लो टाइड मतलब जहां से लैंड एकदम नहीं दिख रहा है, पूरा सबमर्ज है, ठीक है. और उसके बाद वो रीजन जहां हाई टाइड के वक्त पानी ऊपर तक आ जा रहा है, तो वो जो जोन होती है उसको हम बोलते हैं इंटरटाइडल जोन, ठीक है. कौन सी जोन? और द सरफेस और द जहां से लो टाइड से हाई टाइड के बीच की जो जोन है, जस्ट सी हियर, ओके, दिस इज नोन एज द इंटरटाइडल जोन, ओके. उसके बाद जो इंटरटाइडल जोन है, इसकी जो सरफेस है, इसका जो बॉटम है, जो तलहटी है, ठीक है, दैट इज नोन एज अ लिटोरल जोन. और उसके बाद क्या होता है, जो हम ओशियन बेड में जब नीचे की तरफ जाएंगे, आप जैसे अगर स्विमिंग करते हैं ओशियन में, तो आप पहले जब आगे की तरफ बढ़ते हैं तो क्या होता है, बेसिकली धीरे धीरे जो है वो आपकी डेप्थ धीरे धीरे बढ़ती है, ठीक है. तो ये जो है, ये जो रीजन है, द हाई टाइड से लो टाइड वाली जो है, दिस इज नोन एज अ लिटोरल जोन. उसके बाद एक आती है आपकी, ये देखिए, यहाँ से जो ये है, ये धीरे धीरे स्लोप आगे बढ़ रहा है. तो इंटरटाइडल से इस रीजन को हम बोलते हैं कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ. और ये है ये जो पॉइंट है जहाँ पे ये सडन स्टीप हो रहा है, इसको बोलते हैं कॉन्टिनेंटल ब्रेक. तो यहाँ से इंटरटाइडल से लेके कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ का जो रीजन है, दिस इज नेरेटिक जोन. दिस इज द, ये आपका हॉरिजॉन्टल, अगर आप पेलाजिक रीजन को हॉरिजॉन्टली डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, तो यहाँ से जो आपका लो टाइड से लेके कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ तक का जो वाटर एरिया है, दिस इज नोन एज द नेरेटिक जोन. और फिर कॉन्टिनेंटल ब्रेक से आपका जो है पूरा इधर का एरिया, जो पूरा ओपन सी एरिया है, दिस इज नोन एज द ओपन सी एरिया और ओशियाटिक जोन. तो ये जो अब हम बेंथिक में आएंगे, यहाँ इंटरटाइडल है, ये लिटोरल. इंटरटाइड जहाँ पे आपका लो टाइड से आपका यहाँ तक एरिया जो है, जहाँ तक धीरे धीरे आपका डेप्थ बढ़ रही है, दिस इज नोन एज द कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ. फिर एक सडन जो है आपका, मतलब आपकी गहराई जो है वो बढ़ती है ओशन की, दिस इज नोन एज द आपका कॉन्टिनेंटल स्लोप. और फिर इधर आपका एबेसल प्लेन आ जाता है। तो जैसे आपने देखा कि आपके पेलाजिक रीजन में भी आपके वर्टिकल डिविजन्स थे, आपका एपीपेलाजिक, मीजोपेलाजिक, बैथिपेलाजिक है, वैसे ही इसमें भी आपके बेंथिक रीजन, बेंथिक रेल्म में भी डिवीजन है, लिटोरल है, फिर सब लिटोरल है विच इज अप टू द कॉन्टिनेंटल ब्रेक। उसके बाद यहाँ से लेकर के जो आपका कॉन्टिनेंटल स्लोप है दैट इज नोन एज अ बेथल रीजन। ब्रेक से लेके पूरा स्लोप जो है दैट इज द बेथल रीजन। उसके बाद जो है स्टीपनेस थोड़ी कम हो जाती है, दैट इज द एबेसल प्लेन। तो अगर मैं ओशियन बेड की बात करूं, ओशियन फ्लोर की बात करूं, तो जो सबसे ज्यादा प्लेन रीजन है ओशियन बेड में, ठीक है, वो आपका अबेसल प्लेन है। ओके, और उसके बाद फिर सडन डीप जैसे ट्रेंचेस आ जाते हैं बहुत अंदर गहरा, दैट इज नोन एज द हैडल जोन। सो दिस द वे आपका जो जैसे पेलाजिक आपका जो रेल्म के वर्टिकल डिविजन्स हैं, उसी तरह से आपके बेंथिक के भी हैं, लिटोरल, सब लिटोरल, बेथल, अबेसल एंड हैडल। Here we'll make it more clear what is continental shelf. मैंने बोला जो लो टाइड है, जहाँ पे जब लो टाइड होते है, जहाँ से मतलब कि हमेशा लैंड सबमर्ज है, वो कभी दिख नहीं रहा, वहाँ पे हमेशा पानी है, वहां से लेकर के जो सीधा यहाँ तक जो ब्रेक यहाँ तक जो है, जो आपका जहाँ तक नैरेटिक डिवीजन है पेलाजिक का, दैट इज नोन एज द कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ। ये पॉइंट कॉन्टिनेंटल ब्रेक है इसलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ से जो स्लोप है वो सडन स्लोप है। So this is this continental slope which is comes ये हो गया। और उसके बाद आप देखिए ये स्लोप की स्टीपनेस थोड़ी कम हो जाती है, इतना सडन स्टीप नहीं है। So this is known as the continental rise। उसके बाद आपका ये ओशियन बेसिन है और द अबेसल प्लेन भी बोलते हैं इसको, और उसके बाद ट्रेंच और द हैडल जोन। So this is about the benthic realm. So it is clear to everyone what are the pelagic region and then what are the benthic regions. So here this is cumulative structure. Here we can see both the division, okay, the division of the pelagic realm as well as the benthic realm. Okay, so in the pelagic here we see that this is the vertical, this sorry horizontal division, the neritic and the oceanic, and this is the vertical, the epipelagic, mesopelagic, bathypelagic, abyssipelagic and hadopelagic. And here is the divisions of the benthic realm, the littoral region, the sublittoral, bathal, abyssal and hadal. Okay, so and this is all, and here we can see that the vertical division of the ocean based on the penetration of the light. So one is the photic one, like, and another is the aphotic one. So this is the aphotic zone, this is the photic zone, which is further divided into the euphotic and dysphotic zone. Okay, so this is about the different zones, okay, of the marine ecosystem of the environment. Although you people have already this, but before starting the classification of the fisheries zone, okay, and the resources, we need because when we discuss or when we study the different fishery zone, okay, then we should be clear about the continental shelf, the continental break, then the benthic region, the pelagic division, the intertidal zone. That's why we had this introductory class, which was on introduction of the marine environment. In next class, we'll start the main content of the syllabus, that is the classification and definition of fishery zone. Okay, so for today up to this, in next class we will see this classification and definition of fishery zone. Okay, so any question?